So this is the second year of our project, which is looking at seeding into different stubble. So really what we're looking at is full stubble retention systems, so things like stripper front stubble and then a combination of stubble treatments in between, so shorter stubble to baled. And we're looking at, so essentially different stubble heights, which means we've got different amounts of stubble biomass left on the soil surface after harvest. And then we're also comparing seeding systems. So on this particular site, we have 4 different stubble treatments, and within each of those stubble treatments, those plots have been sown with either a tine versus a disc seeder. And another factor I should say that we added into it this year is we also looked at different pre-emergent herbicides. So we've also got 4 different pre-ems at different rates or different combinations that were sown across those different seeding and stubble treatments. And this year what we're standing in is high marsh barley. So this was sown on the 22nd of May. It's a commercial scale size trial, and this is the second year of trials. Last year we had this very similar design with the 4 different stubble treatments, and we were looking at it with lentils, basically looking at overall grain yield and different other things like harvestability. While we didn't actually pick up a significant difference in grain yield, so the lentil yields range from 2.2 in the baled stubble up to 2.8 in the 30 centimetre height, they weren't actually statistically significant, but where we did pick up differences was certainly in lentil plant height and also in harvestability. And the measure that we used for harvestability was pod height from the soil surface. So where we had taller stubble treatments and the lentils were basically able to trellis up the stubble, the pod height from the soil surface was higher and therefore easier when it came to harvest those treatments. No-till practices are certainly widely adopted, and I guess we're really looking at systems where we're retaining our maximum amount of stubble. So with the stripper front, we're simply just plucking the heads off the top of the stalk, and we're left with a very high amount of stubble material post-harvest. So we're looking at how the 2 different seeding systems, so the tine versus the disc seeder, actually handles having that much stubble. And also how does this translate and therefore affect crop growth. So we're probably talking about very small microclimates. So some of the things we're measuring are soil moisture under the different stubble treatments. In theory, if you've got more stubble, you're blanketing the surface more and should be able to store more moisture. Also looking at things like wind, so do you get more of a protected environment in these taller stubble treatments? But to the converse, do you have more issues with pests and disease by having an environment where they can flourish more? So we're also monitoring things like above ground soil temperature and humidity in the treatments as well.